Disclaimer: this story is a work of fiction, inspired by real events. It's meant purely for entertainment. Any resemblance to actual conversations or thoughts is imagined. Now, let's rewind to 1954, Nashville, Tennessee. October 2nd, 1954. Imagine the Ryman Auditorium, the so-called Mother Church of country music, buzzing like a beehive on steroids. 2,362 fans packed into wooden pews, radio microphones capturing every strum, every twang, every heartfelt wail for listeners across America. The legends of country music were backstage, smoothing rhinestones, tuning guitars, and casually flexing decades of experience. Hank Snow adjusted his shiny jacket in the mirror. Ernest Tubb's fingers danced over guitar strings like they owned them, and Red Foley discussed recording schedules with WSM executives. These men were kings, veterans, untouchable. And then there was him, a 19-year-old kid from Memphis, sitting alone on a folding chair. His suit was cheap, his shoes too small, his hair slicked back with enough pomade to signal, "I'm here to do something different." His name? Elvis Aaron Presley. And yes, he looked utterly out of place. Elvis had been driven up from Memphis in Sam Phillips's beat-up Cadillac, clutching dreams bigger than any truck he'd ever driven. This was supposed to be his big break, the Grand Ole Opry, the very stage where careers were forged and legends born. But as he sat there, surrounded by men who could command respect with a glance, Elvis felt small. 3 months earlier, he had walked into Sun's studio to record a song for his mama's birthday. $4, a demo, and a little luck, that's all it took. But what came out of that impromptu jam with Scotty Moore and Bill Black wasn't just a song. It was lightning in a bottle. Fast blues, country picking, a rhythm no one had heard before, something revolutionary. Problem was, nobody knew what to do with it. Country radio said he sounded too black. Pop stations said he sounded too country. R&B stations couldn't handle a white boy singing their music. Elvis was stuck in the middle, belonging everywhere and nowhere at once. The Grand Ole Opry invitation arrived like a test from fate. Jim Denny, the Opry's talent manager, heard That's All Right on a Memphis radio station and thought, let's see what this kid's made of. 5 minutes on stage to impress the most critical country audience in the country, or back to truck driving. Backstage, Elvis felt the sting of dismissal even before stepping on stage. He overheard 2 WSM executives chuckling about him. 5 minutes is generous, he'll probably forget the words. And he smiled, because that was all he needed. Not permission, not encouragement, just the fire of being underestimated. Elvis closed his eyes, feeling the weight of home, his mama's fried chicken, her gospel humming, her small cross pressed into his palm. This was for her, for them, for anyone who had ever been told they didn't belong. On stage, the Ryman was a cathedral of expectation. Hank Snow's "I'm Moving On" had earned thunderous applause. Ernest Tubb's honky-tonk charm filled the room, but everything was safe, polished, predictable. Elvis picked up his worn acoustic, fingers trembling, Scotty and Bill at his side. Jim Denny's voice echoed through the speakers. "And now, folks, a young man from Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis Presley." Polite claps, sparse, curious but cautious. Elvis stepped into the light, remembered the words overheard backstage, and let go of uncertainty. He strummed the first chord of Blue Moon of Kentucky, and nothing was as expected. The gentle waltz of Bill Monroe's bluegrass standard exploded into an urgent, driving rhythm. Elvis's voice, deep, rich, electric, defied country conventions. He didn't just sing, he moved, swayed, shook, let the music take over. His left leg trembled, his body became part of the song. The audience froze. Phones paused mid-ring. Conversations died mid-sentence. People who had scoffed at the truck driver could no longer look away. Every note was a revelation. Scotty's guitar lines were precise, yet fiery. Bill's bass pulled the rhythm forward, like a heartbeat you couldn't ignore. Elvis wasn't performing. He was inventing a new language in real time. Gospel, blues, country, and pop collided and made something utterly his own. And when the final chord rang out, silence. Complete, stunned, electric. Silence. Then it hit. Applause. First tentative, then building, then erupting into a roar that the Ryman had never heard before. People were on their feet, cheering, whistling, hollering for more. Skeptical journalists scribbled furiously, trying to capture lightning on paper. Ushers, veterans of every major country performance, stood frozen in awe. Elvis smiled. Not the nervous, unsure boy from Memphis, but a young man who knew he had just changed everything. They let him play one more. That's all right. And the Ryman didn't just listen. They felt it. Each strum, each note, each hip-swinging, ankle-shaking movement tore down the walls of conventional music. This wasn't just a performance. It was a revolution. When he stepped off the stage, Jim Denny approached, speechless for a moment before finding his words. "Son, I've been running this show for 15 years, and I've never seen anything like that." But then, as if duty demanded caution, Denny added, "You've got real talent, Elvis, but maybe this isn't quite right for the Grand Ole Opry. Maybe you should go back to driving trucks." Elvis nodded politely. Inside, he laughed. He had already won. He had felt the power of connecting with an audience, of creating something they didn't even know they wanted. Truck driving could wait. The aftermath was chaos. Radio stations flooded with questions. Who is this Elvis Presley? Where can we hear more? Record stores called. Fans demanded records. Even the legends who had mocked him backstage now sought his handshake. Hank Snow, Ernest Tubb, Red Foley. All stunned, all acknowledging the same truth. Elvis was different. Within a week, the Louisiana Hayride offered him a regular spot. There, away from conservative expectations, he honed his craft, built a fan base, and became unstoppable. RCA Records signed him. The Ed Sullivan Show broadcast him. Controversy followed, and so did global fame. All of it traced back to 5 minutes on the Grand Ole Opry stage. 5 minutes where a truck driver from Memphis refused to be small. 5 minutes where the world realized that some voices are too powerful to silence, some dreams too strong to ignore. Years later, the Opry recognized their mistake, inviting Elvis back for a 1969 Christmas performance. The boy who had been told to drive trucks had become the king of rock and roll. The lesson? Greatness doesn't fit neatly into boxes. Revolutions aren't safe or predictable. And sometimes, the most unforgettable moments come from those who outsiders underestimate. So next time someone doubts you, remember Elvis in that Ryman corridor. Remember the kid with nothing but a guitar, a voice, and belief in himself. Remember that 5 minutes on stage can change the course of history. Because some legends start small, but they end up shaking the world.